And people were under the impression that something was going to happen immediately about it. And then nothing happened. That's when they started to lose faith. They also had started to lose faith when they realized that Claire was lying about them. And there was also the people that had originally donated to the 10 grand that weren't comfortable with this. That's got nothing to do with me.
Now, I don't know how many of you know who Bam is. A lot of you will know who she is, and some of you won't. And I'm going to let you listen to a few clips in a minute, and you'll see that Bam and I have the same opinion with regard to the Rzuceks, the court case, Claire Morgan, and AD. Now, Bam was the first person to raise her concerns and raise her doubts. And because of it, she was ostracized, pretty much like how I've been kind of ostracized, although I don't think I've also had a lot of support. I can't deny that. I've had more support than I could ever imagine. And I've had people coming to me who say they agree with me and telling their side of the story. There's also this myth that I use the Rzuceks to build my channel, which is a completely false and fake statement. And I can prove it to you. Here you'll see my top 10 most viewed videos have absolutely nothing to do with the Rzuceks or AD. So just because I've said that I don't believe there's going to be a court case, I've been criticized for using the Rzuceks. I never use the Rzuceks. I have empathy for the Rzuceks. I've always defended them. I just don't have the same opinion as everybody else on this side of the island in terms of the court case. I don't believe Claire was ever a lawyer. I think that we've all established that if we're really being honest with ourselves. And I think that the fund has stalled because people have lost faith. Now, I contacted Bam and asked her permission to use these clips, and she kindly agreed. I hope Bam understands what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to give her a voice, and I'm also trying to make people realize that I'm not the only person who has this opinion. And just because we have this opinion doesn't mean that we should be ostracized or made to believe that we've done something wrong, or we shouldn't be, an outcast just because, both of us have sympathy for the R's and a lot of empathy for the R's. Bam helped them a lot, and they used her channel. And when I say used, I don't mean in a negative way. I mean in a positive way. They used Bam's channel. She allowed them to use her channel to voice their own opinions and to defend themselves. And I respect Bam for that. Bam knows that she's not my favorite person. I've told her that. But I'm very happy that she allowed me to use these clips, and I respect her for that, and I respect her honesty. So I'm going to let you listen to these clips.
The government make the changes to. They went into force on the 21st of May. If there was anything in these new policies that was going to stop AD, he would have been stopped on the 22nd, 23rd, 24th of May, would have been stopped immediately because of the amount of complaints that have been registered against him. Once those laws that would have stopped him went into force, it would have been stopped. There's not going to be any changes to the laws here in the UK that are going to stop AD and what he's doing. Right? That's it. I said I don't think it's going to happen because I don't. And I'm allowed to think that. The same as I didn't believe the TikTok ADs coming down because I knew that Claire Morgan was a liar. I knew that she was committing identity fraud, and she was also lying about her credentials. And I said it publicly. I said it publicly online. I said it on air. I said it in comments. Yeah, I said it. And what are you going to do about it? Turned out I was right. If you are a qualified solicitor, and it doesn't matter whether those qualifications supposedly go back to your maiden name, which again, I had already clarified this with the SRA and the law offices and Action Fraud. She's never qualified as a solicitor. Never. But if you have, you're going to know the correct channels to go through to get an appointment in an office block, not stand at the door like a tramp filming yourself telling lies to the police and to the people in that office block, right? So, like I say, again, that was something else that people had lost faith in. People had lost faith because they were asking questions and they weren't getting answers. They were asking when he was being taken to court, when he was being stopped, etc. Now, you can put an anti-harassment order on him for 10 grand at any time. It depends on whether he accepts it or he fights it.
Now, I realise I'm going to have to do this video probably in 2 parts because I don't know how to do a long video with clips and to maintain the sound quality. I don't know how to do it yet. If anyone knows, you can let me know. But there's some other things that I wanted to include. And also, I'm about to have a very long, well, kind of a long conversation with Bam because she's telling me a lot of stuff. And it's not that Bam and I are friends, but we do have a commonality or a common opinion or a very, very closely associated, identifiable opinion when it comes to this. And I don't agree with everything that Bam says and does, but I do believe that a lot of what she says is true. She might not necessarily say it in the kindest way. She might be a bit abrupt, brazen. She might be, she might be a bit coarse in the way she explains herself and talks. But it's because she's a very passionate person. It's not only Italian people that are passionate. Irish people are very passionate people too. And I know what I've got a temper myself. So, I think she feels that she has been ostracized, or not so much ostracized, but I think she feels she's been wrongfully criticized for giving what she believes is her honest opinion. And I know how that feels because I've been, I'm put into that kind of place because I've been outspoken about my views, saying that I don't think there's going to be a court case. I made some mistakes. I got criticism from the community. And there's this idea that, I use the Rzuceks to build my channel, which is absolutely not true. None of my top videos, not only not my top 10 videos, but none of my top 12 videos, dozen videos, have really anything to do with the Rzuceks or have the Rzuceks in the title. They might be what's related. But, there's Laurie Vallow's in the top 10. Chad Daybell is in the top 10. There was a video that I did on the Turpin girls that are in the top, 10 or 12. So this idea that I use the Rzuceks is very, very unfair. And Bam has been accused of the same thing in the past. And I think that's unfair. Like I said, Bam is not my favorite person. I don't agree with everything she says or does. She might not be my cup of tea in every area, but we do have common ground when it comes to AD, the court case, and both of us not believing it's ever going to happen. And I think I'm going to have to do a part 2.